Welcome, beautiful people, to the practice of Anusara Yoga. My name is Srey, and this is my wife, Shirley. So the practice of Anusara is a practice of aligning our physical bodies to engender health and healing, but more importantly, it's the practice of aligning ourselves to our eternal essence, the truth of our being. And you can think of it like you're cooking your favorite dish and you want to make this great dish into a gastronomical revelation. And that happens when you really fine-tune your understanding of the ingredients. Maybe you adjust the spice content, add a little bit more salt to contract the dish perhaps, add some spice or pepper to expand it, maybe a little sweet to balance, or learn how to adjust the temperature so it's like Goldilocks, yeah, just right. So when we come to the practice, we want to really intend to connect to that essence within by bringing two main ingredients together, which are this burning desire to know this truth of our being. And this truth, the masters say, is called chit, awareness, and overflowing creative joy, ananda. So coupled with that, we want to add a heaping portion of balanced effort. So you don't want the dish to be too salty or too bland, too spicy, but this balanced effort is just the right effort to find that fine-tuning of our awareness, to fine-tune the body-mind into this kind of vibratory resonance so that the taste, the truth of our being starts to percolate to the surface. So let's come to the practice today intending to really find our why. What is the burning desire that brings you to practice, that brings you to the mat, that brings you to meditation early in the morning? Whatever your chosen modality is, what is your why? And let's let that why go deeper inside so we connect to the source of our being. So go ahead and turn inside for a moment, close your eyes. And if your hips feel a little bit like they're tipping backwards, you can explore pulling the two bones that you sit on back and apart, the sit bones. This helps keep the lower back tipped in. If it's still rounding backwards, like you're slouching, you can sit up on a block like we're doing, or even a folded towel, folded blanket. Just allow your awareness to settle. Feel your foundation and reconnect with that deeper longing, that burning desire to maybe heal, to become more strong and vibrant. But what's behind that yearning? What's behind that seeking? Let it bring you back in to the heart with each inhale. Pulse the breath into a still point. Let that burning desire percolate as you exhale. Balance the breath. Balance your effort, opening with inhale. Let your torso expand upwards. Soften around that inner fullness. Let's keep this inner fullness, this inner brightness, clear and spacious, even as we engage, even as we create effort and soften too. From this place, we'll chant the sound Om 3 times. Please join your hands in front of the heart. You're welcome to just listen. It's just the sense of vibratory connection that reverberates back to the source of our being. Please take a deep breath in. Savor that resonance. Let it pervade your practice. From this place, please lower the hands, open the eyes, and let's come onto all fours, hands and knees, please. So Shirley will be practicing, and I'll be exploring with you and through her that experience of overflowing ananda, joy. So as you inhale, begin to arch your back, looking up. Exhale, round your spine, draw the sides of your waistline back. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Continue letting the breath lead the way. The breath is the main teacher here, yeah? So follow that balanced breath through the practice. Breath starts, body moves. So in the beginning, just be like a home cook, yeah? Less looking to refine, maybe less molecular gastronomy, but be more in that place of intuitive wisdom, looking for balance in every movement, every pose. Good. One more exhale. Lengthen the tail under. Draw the sides of the waistline back. Hold for a few seconds on empty. Feel the merging of opposites into stillness. Then sit back to child's pose. Settle your hips to your heels. Soften. And as your hips settle, let the sitting bones fall towards each other. Then as you breathe in, connect to the back ribs and lungs. So connection to the back body is a way to another ingredient to get back into source, that spacious awareness that pervades everything, whatever's happening outside. Good. From here, come back onto all fours, please, Shirley. Take the knees slightly behind the hips so that spaciousness remains. Then without losing that, let the base of your chest settle between your arm bones. Feel the integration. I have to pull in. Shirley just has to let go. So the effort is just to surrender. Then steady the arms to the middle, squeeze them towards the midline of the body, and let's go up to downward facing dog from here. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog is a very balanced pose. A little bit of a forward bend at the hips. Then, as you breathe in, lift the upper arm bones away from the floor a bit so you can press the thumb knuckle, index finger knuckles down, claw like a tiger so there's balanced steadiness in the hands. Without losing that, melt the base of your sternum, the base of the heart down. And from that place, that center, let it expand and pervade your world. Good. Inhale, come to plank pose. And then as you exhale, lie down all the way, Shirley. Point your toes, breathe in, lift the chest, come up to cobra. Let the heart float away from the pelvis. Let the arm bones flow away from the hips. So there's space from hips to armpits. And then with the side body very spacious, draw the inner border of your arm bones back. Let the heart be revealed. Take a sip, lift the palate back as the heart rises. From this place, curl your toes, press back to downward facing dog once again. Set foundation, be open to the possibility that awareness may shine through all of the different layers of contraction and expansion in this world. From this place, walk forward to the front of the mat slowly. You can bend the knees to keep your back more balanced, not rounding deeply. Then as you settle your foundation, spread toes, inhale, half lift, open, exhale and fold. Remember, the breath leads the way. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Even and clear breath now. Let the breath move you. Couple more rounds. One more, please. Make an offering, long spine. Good. From here, inhale, step your left foot back into a lunge. Come to your fingertips so you have a little bit more balance in your hands, and the shoulder joint is a little bit more available. Yeah, if you're just plopped down, the shoulders may be a little kind of heavy, like you've just added too much sugar to the dish, yeah? So keep your shoulders light and draw the arm bones back up into your body. Surrender into that steadiness, the bottom of your heart. Good. Steady legs, pull legs into hips, reconnect. As you exhale from steadiness, grow. So she's pulsing, yeah? From the feet, the legs withdraw back to source. From source, the pelvis, in this case, the legs expand. Now, from here, begin twisting to the right, and as you do, take your right arm, sweep it up to the ceiling. Find your breath. Let the breath flood in. Don't block the inner fullness. Then choose engagement. Steady muscles, steady inner thighs even. Then from there, shine out. Soften, taste the emanation of your awareness. Inhale, touch the floor. Exhale to plank pose. Lie down completely, Shirley, once again. Inhale to cobra, lift the chest, open. Arm bones are back, yeah? Palate back. Downward facing dog, press back. At the end of your exhale, bending the knees, look past your fingertips. Walk or jump forward if you wish, or know how. Exhale and fold. 5 breaths again. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Reconnect to the wisdom of the breath. Grounded and open, spacious and clear. Breath leads the way. Couple more. Fine-tune the breath. Fine-tune your spices and seasonings. Add just enough steadiness, just enough freedom. Every pose. Good. With your next inhale, step your right foot back into a lunge. Fingertips, create space, soften into that. Let the base of the heart, between the shoulder blades, melt down. Feel the arm bones passively withdraw. From there, stabilize, and then exhale, twist to your left, sweep the left arm bone back, then the fingertips unfurl as a result. Steady breath, couple more rounds. Good. Inhale, touch the floor. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Bring your knees to the floor, 8-point pose. Chest between the wrists. Stay here for a moment. Even here, even though the chest is down, she can keep the head of the arm bones. That's where the arm meets the chest. That's where the joint is back, where it's happy, where it's connected to that wisdom of the back body. Inhale to cobra now. Point your toes, head up, chest up. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. At the end of your next exhale, step or jump forward, please. Lengthen and fold. Come all the way up with inhale, touch the sky, grounded and open. Hands to the heart, exhale. Let's continue to flow with the breath. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, bow forward, touch the floor. Breathe in, half lift, open. Exhale, step or jump back, plank pose. Knees to the floor, bend your elbows to chaturanga. See how her shoulders are just above the elbows, yeah? If that doesn't happen today, then you can lie down or do knees, chest, chin anytime. Cobra, hips down for now. Lift the heart, pull through. Pulling arm bones back, revealing the middle, the heart. Exhale back, downward facing dog. From the heart, grow. With your next exhale, step or jump forward, lengthen and fold. Come all the way up, touch the sky, grounded, steady legs, hands to the heart. 2 more fluidly now. Inhale, flow up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, prepare. Walk or jump back, plank pose, straight legs if you want, chaturanga, watch the shoulders, upward face, good. Exhale back, downward facing dog. As the next exhale ends, bend the knees, look at 1 point, step or jump forward, lengthen and bow. Inhale, rise, come all the way up, smooth. Hands to the heart, exhale. Last one of these, inhale, rise. Exhale, bow forward. Lengthen, open. Chaturanga, lightly. Half lift, full upward dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. From here, she's gonna lift the right leg up to 3-legged dog. But usually we wanna go really open and very enthusiastically, maybe adding a lot of spices. Let's contract a bit by choosing to level the hips, Steady the inner thighs. Once you've found the middle, both legs like scissor blades toning to the middle, then bend your top knee, open, reveal the pose. Good. From here, exhale, step your right foot forward between the hands. Squeeze the inner thighs together and bring both hands onto your front knee. So when we find the middle, the inner thighs stable, then the outer hips don't want to pull her offline. They're usually stronger. So balance outer hip stability with inner thigh stability. Once you have that, then express up, high lunge, float the arms. One more inhale, curl back to your fullest, just enough, but fully. Chaturanga, touch the floor. You can always skip to dog if you want, yeah? Flow through, inhale, up face, exhale back to downward facing dog. Always you have the option to go here or even all fours. With your next inhale, float the left leg up. Give your hands a moment to clarify. Steady the inner thighs. Don't lose the middle. Expand the middle. Bend your top knee, open. See, the bottom leg is still centered. The right arm is floaty, but the heart is soft. Balance. From there, express into form. With your next exhale, step your left foot forward, settle. Think about your grounding and why you're practicing. From that place, then bring both hands to your front knee. Steady the inner thighs, breathe in. Exhale, root your legs. Inhale, come up, touch the sky, open. Find pulsing balance. Every inhale, stabilize, choose to firm up. Every exhale, soften. One more inhale, upper arm bones, upper ears, back together. Exhale, chaturanga, touch, choose wisely, shoulders clear, upward face. Exhale back to Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. With your next exhale ending, bend the knees, step or jump forward, lengthen and fold. Inhale, come all the way up, touch the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Pause and check back. Mountain pose. Keep the tops of your thigh bones slightly back. Move the upper arm bone slightly back, just so there's space. Then as you exhale, root your legs. The tail descends under. The lower belly naturally draws in. Let that expand your crown up and out of the ground. From this place, join your hands in front of the heart. Turning to the right, take a wide stance. Once you're clear, inhale the arms out to the side. Once the wrist creases are parallel, in line with your ankle bones, feel free to step narrower if you're more flexible. Shirley's going to be narrower, but generally wrist creases and ankle bones is a good distance to be laterally. Then wide-legged forward bend, bow forward, touch the floor. You can bend your knees if your back feels like it's rounding. Then once your back feels nice and spacious, balanced, front to back, then bow forward, make an offering. Prasarita Padottanasana, long spine. Let the breath flood in. Choose to create space, then engage onto that fullness. All muscles steady and balanced. Every exhale, soften a bit. See what happens. Good. From here, inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to your hips. Root your legs. Inhale, float all the way up. Settle anew. Interlace your fingers behind you. Wait for the inhale to flood in. So don't just mechanically draw back. Find your why. Let it fuel. Side body very long. Feel awareness expand inside. Then the arm bones draw back, open. Exhale, bow forward once again. Knees can bend once again. Keep the back body as much as the front body balanced. Now the effort is to find clarity. Inhale and exhale. Stable muscles and soft muscles. Perhaps you're more on the back of the feet. Find the front of the feet so the calf muscles can engage. This will keep you from hyperextending as well. Then find the back of the feet just enough. Root your legs into the earth and flow out. Now, with grounding, inhale, come all the way up, strong, smooth. Exhale, settle. Turn and step forward to the front of the mat. Join your hands in front of the heart. Wait for the breath to move. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, bow forward, touch the earth. Float the chest, inhale. Chaturanga, walk or jump, lower. Inhale, upward face. Downward facing dog, press back. Once again, inhale, lift the right leg up. This time, step forward to side angle prep. Turn your back foot flat. Come up with the right forearm on your thigh, backhand to the hips. So once she's checked her foundation is clear, front heel through the middle of the back arch, so you can see from me more clearly. Then, front knee right on top of the ankle, sweep your left arm overhead to the front of the room, palm face down. Now find that balanced play of opposites. So add a little steadiness to your ingredient, firm all muscles, pull both legs, just two, back towards each other, up into the core of your hips, right in the middle here, yeah? Then as you exhale, from the center of your pelvis, your hips, root your legs evenly and grow. Good, touch the floor, step back, plank pose, chaturanga or downward dog. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Second side, inhale, float the left leg up. Exhale, step forward between the hands. Turn the back foot flat. Come up, forearm thigh, backhand hips. Give yourself a chance to settle, then create space. All parts of your torso bright. Then choose steady legs. Gather your legs towards each other, meet right in the middle of your hips, yeah? From that centering, literally, figuratively too, start to expand. Add some spice, add some growth, add some expression. Top arm overhead, palm face down. One or two more inhales, steady legs. One or two more exhales, root the back leg, express the top arm spaciously. Soften back to the awareness that pervades everything. Chaturanga, touch, step back, flow through, meet back in downward facing dog. Child's pose, come down briefly. You can always go to child's pose if you wish in between. We'll do so we can really get grounded for what's to come. Okay, so now you have options. You can either do what's called L pose, and we'll show that, but if you know how to kick up to handstand on your own, you can also do that, yeah? So we'll start with L pose. Shirley's gonna go to the wall, feet against the wall, come to hands and knees. So make sure your feet are against the wall, the knees under the hips, the shoulders right above the wrist creases. However, if you're less open, let's say, bring your hips slightly in front of your knees and your hands still right under your shoulders, yeah? So you have more space to play with. However, she's gonna go to the traditional position, shoulders right above wrist, knees right under hips. Then let the base of your chest melt in, yeah? Like you're melting butter. Melt the heart to make ghee. Clarify your connection to source. From that connection, come to downward dog legs. So as she keeps the arm bones steady and coming forward towards you at home in the camera, then the base of your chest goes back towards the wall, right here, melt it back. Split the difference, find the balance. Then take one leg up as high as your hips. A little higher is okay. Then bring the other leg up to meet it. Then the balanced effort is the arm bones are steady, hugged by their muscles, coming forward towards you. Particularly this inner border here, yeah? Coming towards the camera, towards you at home. Then the base of your heart goes to the wall. Split the difference and reveal that intention, that why. Okay, good. Come down, please. Thank you very much. Everyone, child's pose for a moment. Check back inside. So don't be in a hurry to transition. Make sure you know what ingredient did you prep for the next pose. Chop, chop, chop. Okay, let's come back to downward facing dog. At the mat, please, Shirley. Start with knees behind the hips slightly, shoulders above wrist creases, so you have room to create awareness and then melt into that. Yeah, connect, passively integrate, arm bones back to source. From the heart, grow to downward dog. Knees off the floor, hips up, then straighten your legs slowly. Good. From here, Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Exhale, step forward between the hands, and then turn the left foot flat to warrior one. So notice she's turned the heels in line with the heels. You can be wider than heel to heel, but don't cross the tightrope in the middle, yeah? Then arms up, parallel to each other. Then connect to the earth first, soften, be open to what's available right now, right here. Spacious awareness, then choose steady ingredients, muscles firm, inner thighs toned, draw both legs back up, center to the hips. Exhale, expansive ingredients. Root your back leg, bend your front knee just enough. One more inhale, curl back spaciously to your fullness. Good. Chaturanga, exhale, touch the floor, step back, lower. Lift the heart, inhale. Press back, downward facing dog, exhale. Second side, left leg up, please. Exhale, step forward between the hands. Take your time here. Back foot flat, heels in line with heels. Come up, back toes turned in considerably. Lift the arms up to the sky. Now settle again. Check foundation. Are all the ingredients ready, prepped? Then choose the steady ingredients like salt. Add some stable muscles, earthy, steady. Pull leg bones back from the feet up into hip bones. Center up. From the centering of that, grow without collapse. Root your bottom leg, back leg, bend your front knee out of that. Curl back to a full, still point within. Exhale, touch the floor, step back, plank pose, chaturanga. Upward face, come through. Downward facing dog, press back. At the end of your next exhale, step or jump forward to the front. Lengthen and fold. Bending the knees, please come up to Utkatasana, chair pose. Intense pose. So the intensity is mitigated and balanced with clear foundation. Are all four corners of your feet set? Big toe, inner heel, little toe root, outer heel. Don't displace outer heel to widen your hips to sit down like you're doing cat-cow first half. Then exhale as your tail descends for the second half of cat-cow. Root your legs and spiral your inner knee open as it bends. Don't let it knock in. Curl back, one more inhale. Then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Lift your right knee up in front of you and balance for a moment. The key is inner thigh, so squeeze them together. Now, sprout your right leg out behind you. Float your heart just above your hip crease. Don't dive below the waves. If you're steady, you can straighten your arms parallel in front of you. Good. Now, bow forward, touch the floor, standing split. Give yourself a moment. Recheck. Is my foot clear, grounded? Am I reconnecting to that burning desire to know and withdraw into source? Then choose to balanced, steady muscles, steady inner thighs. As your top leg withdraws down into your hips, like you're pulling that top leg into the heart of the pose, then from the center of your pose, the pelvis, root your bottom leg and express your top leg out. Okay, breathe in, lengthen. Exhale to pyramid, step back, line your front heel with your back heel, square your hips to the front of the room a bit, and bow forward, long spine. So this is pyramid in the new lingo, but traditionally it's called Parsvottanasana prep. As your legs steady, choose grounded openness, pull your leg bones back into your hips. Exhale, fold, root your legs into the earth, soften, see what happens. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, come up, flat spine. Full pose. Inhale, the arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back to reverse prayer. If reverse prayer isn't manifesting today, then you can add less ingredients to your dish. Hold the opposite elbow. Then as your legs choose to steady, pull them back into your hips, float your chest. Exhale, keep that fullness, bow forward, Parsvottanasana, full pose. So the key ingredient to balance here is big toe root, that's where the middle is. Inner thigh steady, find the middle too. Then with each inhale, torso light, arm bones back. inner shoulder, pull it back. Exhale, flow down. One more breath. Good, rooting the legs. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, step forward, feet together. Release to mountain pose. Pause and feel. When you're ready, bring your hands to your heart. As you exhale, bend the knees, arms to your side. Inhale the arms up, Utkatasana. Check foundation, settle. Once you're grounded, clear, widen hips without displacing that outer heel. Don't let the knees knock in. Exhale, the tail goes under, lengthens, inner knees spiral open towards the little toe side. Once your knees stable and track with balance, bring your hands to your heart. Float your left knee up in front of you. Then, warrior three, sprout your left leg out. Float the heart just above your hip crease. You know, you skim a rock, yeah? You want to skim it just over the surface. Let your heart skim the waves. Float, straighten your arms if you're steady. Hips balanced, heart light. Take a bow, touch the floor. Find foundation, clarify breath. Once all is clear, awareness is present, your intention to be open to that wisdom, then stable. Withdraw leg bones into hip bones. Top leg can actually feel like it's plugging down into you. From there, root your bottom leg, express your top leg up just enough. Good. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, pyramid, Parsvottanasana, step down. Line your heels up with a bit of a shorter stance so you can manifest balance in your hips. So if you're wide, too wide, or your heels have crossed each other, the hips will be a little bit skewed, yeah? So as you breathe in, choose stability, stable inner thighs, and then pull your legs towards each other. Imagine you're plugging them back into the pelvis. From the center of your hips there, grow out without disconnect. Can you let the stabilizing ingredients be balanced with soft openness? Flow out of that. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Settle again. Clarify inner thighs. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, reverse your prayer, or opposite elbow the funky way that you wouldn't normally go first. Then pull in, lengthen. Exhale, bow forward, long spine. Choose the middle. Steady inner thighs. Of course, the breath is in the middle. Don't block its freedom just to go deeper. Wait for that balance of actions. Let your desire for knowledge, wisdom, infinite joy, the masters say, withdraw your breath and your legs into you. Soften out of that. Let it pervade. Good. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, step forward, mountain pose. Standing steady. Tops of the thighs slightly back and firm. Lengthen your tail under, root down. From this place, join your hands in the middle. Inhale, stretch up, touch the sky. Exhale, bow forward, touch down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. From here, inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, step forward to triangle pose. Stepping between the hands with your right foot, turn your back foot flat and line your front heel with the middle of your back arch. Keep your fingertips light. You can also go to a block with your right hand if you have one handy, yeah? If you can't touch the floor and you don't have a block, feel free to be lightly on your shin with your right hand. Don't push down. Then, as you breathe in, steady both legs. Pull both legs into your hips. Connect. As you breathe out, root your legs into the earth. Open up. Good. From here, bring your left hand to your hips for a moment, Shirley. Bend your front knee slightly. Let's refine a little bit, so don't step in, yeah? So as you breathe in, choose to steady your legs. As your legs pull towards each other into your hips, bow slightly towards the wall behind you. Widen your hips out behind you. The teacher of the founder of Anusara used to say, when in doubt, stick it out, yeah? Stick your bum out for a moment. Keep your thighs back. Then as you exhale, the tail scoops under. As your tailbone scoops in, you'll feel more aligned. Lower back starts to root down, then open up. Refine your triangle. Subtle ingredients, let that inner taste of your awareness pervade. Exhale, bend the front knee, step back to plank pose. Chaturanga, or you know what to do. Meet back in downward facing dog. Once you're back, left leg up, please. Exhale, step forward between the hands. Turn your back foot flat, come into triangle. So she opens up. Let's say you don't have a block and you get stuck. Hand to the shin lightly. Don't weight bear too heavily. Yeah, just a placeholder. Add a little refinement now. Open. Okay, bending your front knee slightly. Take your inner thighs, both inner thighs, back. Like roll them back out the wall behind you. Stick your bum out, as it were. As you keep your thigh bones back, exhale slowly, mindfully. Lengthen your tail under. Feel the lower belly tone, root down with that. Then take your top arm up. Full expression, open. Let that new set of ingredients express through you more fully. Let the awareness pervade your world. Exhale, touch the floor. Step back, plank pose, chaturanga, flow through. Meet back in downward facing dog, please. Come to child's pose briefly. Check back inside. Pause for a moment. Settle. So now we'll be moving to side plank Vashisthasana. There's options. You can do many different steps along the way. We'll take you through all of them, for this version. Okay, so Shirley, please come back up to plank pose. Once you're in plank, start with your hips a little bit higher than usual, so walk your feet in slightly. Then, without bending your elbows, stable arms, but a soft heart. So feel that melting of the base of your sternum down, the arm bones passively withdraw. Then, roll to the outside of the left foot, face the camera, face our friends at home, and then bend your right knee, put your right foot on the floor behind you. So once you're here, everything choose grounded openness first. Then add some stabilizing ingredients. All legs stable, even the toes nice and stable. Spread. As you stabilize your inner thighs, bow forward slightly and widen your hips. So there's the widening component. As your tail scoops under, there's the narrowing component to your hips. Balance the two, root down and open up. Now you can go to the next stage while lifting your right knee up over, hold your big toe. You can stay here, and then as you open your hips, lean back, express up. And then if you can, straighten your top leg to the sky, So this is the full pose, if you can go. If you can't go, we'll show you. Come down to the right foot on the floor. Okay, if you're steady, come to full plank pose just for a moment, briefly. Okay, so if you can't do this variation, roll to the outside of the left foot and just stack your feet somewhere in between. From here, open, express your top arm up. Exhale, touch the floor, step back, plank pose, chaturanga to dog. Find your way back home. Once you're back to downward facing dog, inhale, come to plank once again. Roll to the outside of the right foot, flex your foot, stable, bend your left knee, put your foot in front of you. First stage, Find that. Open. Then, as you inhale, with steady legs, bow slightly forward, widen your bum out behind you. When in doubt, stick it out, Widen hips. Then into that width, lengthen your tail, feel the hips narrow. Feel your legs root, open. Then you can take your top arm up. Go for the full pose if you're going. Bend your left knee. Hold your big toe. Outer foot is fine too. Thighs back. Lengthen your tail under. Express your top leg up. Open. From here, grow. Express fully. Chaturanga. Touch. Step back. Flow through to downward facing dog. Meet back in the middle. Find your way home. On the next inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, come to pigeon prep. Bring your right knee forward towards your right wrist, a little bit outside your right hip. Bow forward when you're ready. Come down. Settle and breathe. So even though this pose seems like, the fire is low, the meal is already almost done, can you keep the balance of ingredients? So choose steady legs, steady the inner thigh, so her inner thigh is engaging towards the midline here, yeah? She's hugging this central channel. Then as your legs withdraw up into the hips, feel the hips find symmetry, find that ingredient of stability. From there, grow your back leg without collapsing out of the front leg. Where is just enough, not too much. Good. From here, walk your hands in, lift your chest, fingertips, aware, spacious shoulders. Now, bending your left knee, reach your left hand for the inner foot. Palm face your left side, inner ankle. Then exhale, draw your left foot slowly in towards your outer hip. Now, this feels too deep, like too much space, yeah? You can just keep your hands on the floor and come up without lifting your back foot into the thigh stretch. So find where's just enough balance for you. Good. Touch the floor, step back to plank pose, chaturanga, flow through, back to downward facing dog. When you're ready, inhale the left foot up, exhale to pigeon prep, left knee forward, bow forward, take a bow. Walk your fingertips out. Get grounded first. But then, once you're clear and balanced, choose steady legs, withdraw back into the heart of the pose, the pelvis. Exhale, grow out of the hips without disconnect, where is just enough of each. Look for that balance in every pose. Soften and be open to what's really important. What is your, we call the meta intention, yeah? The real longing of your being. Where does it come from? All of these things that we want to experience and enjoy, like a great meal or connection with others. Okay, from this place, come into the thigh stretch. Walk your hands in, lift your heart open. See how our hips, even though they're high, they're symmetrical, balanced. Don't be in a hurry to go deeper. Bending your back knee, reach your right palm, face the inner ankle, draw your foot in slowly. Now this feels unstable. You've lost that component of balance. Back off. Maybe you can just show hands on the floor. Yeah, even here, much more spacious, yeah? If you're trying to go into the pose and you're falling down, losing your balance of actions, choose just enough so you're balanced. Exhale, chaturanga, step back, move gracefully, choose wide shoulders, and then go back to downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, come to plank pose. Exhale, lie down all the way. Pause, settle. When you're ready, please turn over onto your back. Bending the knees, place the feet flat on the floor, parallel hip distance. Then let's come to bridge pose. As you exhale, lift your hips up initially. Don't go too high. Then interlace your fingers behind your back. Check your feet are parallel hip distance, shoulders settled. Then wait for the inhale to flood in. Then begin to straighten your arms, tucking your shoulders beneath your upper back, grounding the upper arm bones. Press your head back, lift the heart, like you want to take a sip, like you're enjoying, lifting your palate back. As the palate presses back, let the heart float. As you exhale, grow the tail to lengthen your lower back. As you inhale, float the chest. One more breath. Exhale, come all the way down, settle, pause. So for the next pose, you can do this pose again, bridge pose, or if you're exploring upward bow, sometimes called wheel pose, place your hands by the ears, palms face down. Feel if your wrists parallel the front of your mat, head side, then settle. Stay open, connect to your Y. Let that draw your arm bones back down into your body. Plug your shoulders back in. Then lift your hips up slowly. Inhale once, steady inner thighs, roll them down. Exhale, tailbone lengthens. On your next exhale, come to the top of the head. If you can get to the top of the head, this is good, so you can balance your shoulders out. So the neck is balanced. Don't open your chin too much. Draw your arm bones back into your body, inner shoulders back. Roll to the forehead by opening your chest, not your chin. Then exhale, straighten your arms and go up to upward bow, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Once you're up, you can check your wrists are still parallel to the front or adjust. A little goes a long way, a little bit of tweaking of the ingredients. Then root your legs, open. Exhale, release, come all the way down, tuck your chin, and come out. Pause and settle. Always the transitions, the pauses, little possibilities for that revelation of that enjoyment of expanding the heart awareness into everything. Say, from here, go ahead and take the right foot, cross it outside your left knee, right ankle on top of the left knee. So thread the needle pose, yeah? So then, once you have the ankle crossed, lift your left foot off the floor, reach your right hand between your thighs, and clasp your hands behind your left thigh. So don't go too fast, yeah? If you hold your shin and your hips are lifting, hold your thigh instead. Flex your feet, stabilize, choose stability, all feet, all ankles. Then as your hips stay grounded, draw your legs towards you without letting your hips roll off the floor. Take your time, explore. Okay, one more exhale, hips grounded, arm bones back, spacious, open torso. And then exhale, release, bring your feet back to the floor, settle. Always settle first. Then switch sides, place the left ankle outside the right knee, lift your right foot up, hold the back of your right thigh, interlace your fingers, wait for the hips to ground. You can start spreading your toes now, and as you widen your hips, grounding your hips again, exhale, draw in slowly without displacing, without lifting the hips. Keep balance in your lower back, nice and straight, nice and flat. One or two more inhales, float. Shoulders away from hips, draw them back, settle. One or two more exhales, draw your legs towards you, just enough. Good. From here, hug your knees into your chest when you release your feet. Draw your legs in slowly, rock and roll, release your spine. To finish up, you can start to go through happy baby pose, reaching up between your knees, hold the outer feet. This just keeps your feet more balanced. Keeping the hips grounded, settle the arm bones, let your legs draw towards your outer ribs, each exhale. If your hips stay grounded, you're also welcome to straighten your legs out into a V, out to the sides. Keep your hips heavy, arm bones back, steady breath. Explore growing your legs with awareness, right to your edge. Where is that fine-tuning edge? Can you find just enough stability, just enough freedom? Release. Good. From here, legs back up together. Place your hands by your side, palms face down. Now, with hips settled, leg bones heavy, right down into the hip bones. Slow but comfortable, lower your legs all the way to the floor. Keep your arm bones back and settled, hips grounded. Any discomfort, just bend your knees and come down sooner. Landing with your feet now, shoulder width. Turn your palms face up by your side. Let your legs be heavy from your hip bones to your thigh bones, out to your toes. As you inhale, float your chest away from your hips. Feel the side of your waistline all the way up to your armpits, spacious. On top of that fullness, drop your upper arm bones heavily. You're also welcome to tuck them under a bit, lifting the chest, opening the heart up, draw the shoulder blades together, and slightly down your back. Then once that's clear, release the bottom ribs back down a bit, side waistline, let it fall back. Drop the chin ever so slightly, grow the back of the skull to do it. And please unhinge your jaw. Let the head swivel in its axis, right at the top of the neck. Roll the head left to right. Find the center naturally. From this place, follow your breath in evenly and fully. Exhale long. As we even out the breath with our balanced intention, balanced effort, choose to align with the breath. Choose even breath. Let your mind refine its connection to the breath until it finds its natural rhythm in and out, into a stillness within on inhale. Feel the pause, to a stillness outside with exhale, to a new pause. As you settle and allow the breath to find its way back to the middle, find its way out of the middle. Let go of any willful effort. Let's step into the current of the breath pulsing through you. Surrender to its wisdom. Your effort is simply to shift perspectives. Fall into yourself as your breath settles. Natural, steady breath begins to become more calm, more refined. Maybe it feels like a thread of light coming in, a thread of light pulsing out. As the breath naturally shortens as you relax, the thread of light will get shorter and shorter until the two endpoints come together. Wait for that to happen. You're just left with a single point of light. Savor that still point. Let it withdraw all your senses, coalescing, following your deeper longing back home. At some point, there's a natural expansion back out. Let that resonance pervade as you rest. Now, if you're at home and you feel you want to rest longer, please feel free. You're welcome to come out now with us by deepening your breath, though. Let the ingredients of inhale and exhale be balanced. Let the inhale enliven the torso, flood it with light, spacious ingredients. Let the exhale soften and settle you into the earth again. Yeah, so you're like a souffle, but you're also like the dish underneath, balanced. From that place, start to bend your knees slowly, stay grounded, roll onto your right side. With hips settled, use your hands to help you press up sideways so your torso stays soft in the front. Then you can turn to the front of your mat, sit comfortably and tall. We'll finish our practice with the sound Om. Let it pervade your being. Join your hands in the middle. Deep breath in. Om. Namaste. Thank you for practicing. Take care.